Hello everyone, my name is Rajendra and I am a peace practitioner from Nepal. First of all, I would like to thank my friend Amos for this opportunity to share my experiences with you all. I have been working as a peace builder since a decade now. Particularly, I work in the area of post-conflict justice, both in grassroots as well as in policy-making level. Nepal is a post-conflict country where we had a decade-long armed conflict waged by the Maoists, the communists, against the state from 1996 to 2006. They fought to change the country from a monarchy to a republic system because the king was regarded as the symbol of a federal system which only favored high caste and high class Hindu people. We have several 103 ethnicities in the countries and we speak so many languages, but it only favored some specific groups only. So all these downtrodden peoples such as the indigenous people or the Dalits, they overwhelmingly supported the Maoist insurgency. I don't know if you know Dalits, so they are the ones who come at the bottom of the Hindu caste hierarchy and are called as untouchables and are treated like animals or below, even below the animals. So these peoples, they, with the hope of liberation, they supported the Maoist insurgency, and then it went on for a decade. And finally, the rivals, sorry, they raised to a point where they couldn't fight anymore. The point we can call it kind of mutually hurting stalemate situation. So they signed a peace deal in 2006 called Comprehensive Peace Agreement. The Comprehensive Peace Agreement mandated basically the four things: to restructure the state into federal system, because Nepal was a unitary state having the government only in the center, and if you go on around the country on the far like west or east or north or south from the center, so it was totally underdeveloped. For that reason, that was one reason, and the other was to integrate the Maoist combatant into the society. That was the second thing mandated by the Comprehensive Peace Agreement. And the third thing was to have the Constituent Assembly's election to draft new constitution. And the fourth thing was to the transitional justice, to deal with the legacies of the conflict. So that was the fourth thing. So all these things happened simultaneously. So on the very first part, on the reintegration of the ex-combatants part, we had all this thing called DDR, the disarmament, demobilization and reintegration process taking place. And then we had the SSR also, security sector reform. We had the election of the Constituent Assembly, from which we got new constitutions. And the state is also now divided into several federal system, provinces. So that is there, but this thing, that the last part, the transitional justice, is just neglected. So Nepal hasn't done much to address the legacies of the conflict. That is the big problem at the moment. So we basically work with to work to have a reconciliation in the community. We do community works through approaches called peace circle or restorative circles, restorative dialogue we can call it, or simply it is kind of reconciliatory measures. So in which we bring people together and then create an environment for them to talk with each other and to discuss their grievances or their plights, whatever, and to eradicate or to get rid of enemy images they have. For that reason, we bring the victims of the conflict together with the alleged perpetrators and the larger communities. We bring them together, we involve them in different kind of activities which would eventually allow them to forgive each other or to seek forgiveness. So that kind of measures we try to promote in Nepal. I also work with the former child soldiers. So these are the people who have been recruited and used by the insurgents when they were still like 10, 12 years old, or just in 4, 5 grades, 4th or 5th grades. So I work with them also, and then these people have been left behind in Nepal. So Nepal hasn't done much to reintegrate them back into the society. So we kind of work with them to empower them, to build their capacities, and to help them think that, okay, this is not end of the world, so we should go ahead. We should not be like fallen down by these traumas we have. So we try to bring them up and then show them good picture, a better picture of their future. So that is the thing we do with them. We work for their justice and the livelihood issues. So we do several kind of activities with them, and then we bring their issues to the policy making level, and we tell them that, okay, these guys are having this kind of problems, so they are having mentally traumas still today, so maybe we need some kind of intervention to get rid to help them get rid of their traumas. So we do policy recommendations as well. So this is how I have been doing my peace building activities. Apart from this, I also work to address the legacies of the conflict, or to resolve the root causes of the conflict, because the often what has happened in Nepal is like, we did a conflict for some reason and people overwhelmingly supported it, but now we have forgotten the reasons. We have so many other things to deal with, and then the core ideas why the conflict was started is just left behind. So we also work, for example, what I mean to say is like, so the issue of the marginalized people, so the Dalits, these people, they always face discrimination from their fellow countrymen, because they were called as the low caste people, and then the high caste people don't accept food and drinks from them, or even don't touch them. So these kind of things are still there, and we try to work in the community to alleviate or to the minimize the situation of discrimination. So that is also my approach. And my approach is basically guided by, I would say, post-liberal peace building approach. I don't know if you know about these theories of peace building. So basically, the idea is like, liberal peace building means having Western-led values of democracy, human rights, and these things are there in liberal peace building. Whereas in post-liberal peace building, we also incorporate indigenous ideas of peace building. So we have our own mechanisms of dealing with the conflicts. In the past also we had a lot of conflicts. Of course, every state has. So we have those measures too, but they are not implemented in the post-conflict phase, because it was basically guided by the post-conflict liberal values. So I try to merge both the measures, the liberal ideas and the indigenous way, and making it kind of post-liberal peace building. So we do both bottom-up and top-down approach of peace building. So that is how I have been working at the moment. And yes, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer, or if you want more elaboration on this thing, we can talk. I can send you videos again, or I can even talk on your live classes and all. So for this time, this much I think, and I wish you all the best with your studies. Stay well, stay safe. Thank you so much again for listening to me, and thanks Amos for this opportunity. Thank you.